The Santaco taxi strike affecting part of Ekurhuleni, including Kempton Park, Katlehong and Germiston, has been called off. Ekurhuleni residents were left stranded on Thursday evening and Friday morning after taxi operators affiliated to Santaco embarked on a strike. Gauteng Roads and Transport MEC Kedibone Diale-Tlabela announced the resumption of taxi services in Pretoria. Diale-Tlabela said the department had reached a settlement with Santaco in Ekurhuleni and the National Alliance regarding operating permits.
Good news for Ekurhuleni taxi commuters. The Santaco taxi strike that left many stranded has been called off. Commuters travelling from Katlehong to Germiston taxi rank were some of those affected. In Tembisa, residents were dealt a double blow. Both minibus taxis and the Harambe buses were out of service.
Our shift starts at 7:30. Now I'm late. I can't get to my destination. My bosses are waiting for me. I guess I'll have to think of an alternative.
We don't have a luck to connect because even our Ubers and Bolt drivers, they can't come inside the territory of taxi to pick us.
Taxi operators abandoned their wheels in protest of the impounding of their vehicles. 17 vehicles were impounded by law enforcement officers for various traffic violations like expired operating permits. Authorities had also impounded some vehicles for being unroadworthy. But Gauteng's Roads and Transport MEC acknowledged that there is a backlog regarding the issuing of permits to taxi operators.
We are finalizing, we have purified, we are in a process of purification of who is in the backlog. Is it true there's a backlog, and what is the backlog about? And part of that is the ZVSA program that we'll be doing together as Gauteng taxi industry, as well as with the Department of Roads and Transport and our municipalities as authorities that should concur in issuing of public transport licensing.
The MEC has assured all taxi associations that her department is working around the clock to address existing challenges. Balentle Mthethwa, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Let's speak to Lesiba Mpya, the spokesperson for Gauteng Transport MEC Kedibone Diale-Tlabela, who joins us now for more. Lesiba, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Can you take us into the details of the agreement reached between the MEC as well as Santaco?
Thank you very much, Oliver, and greetings to your viewers. The agreements have concluded and resolved that there shall be a resumption of service and as soon as this afternoon. And what that also means is that the MEC will take an extra mile to ensure that the grievances shown by the industry in terms of expedition of the operating license timeline also gets done. But also the MEC has appealed to the industry not to repeat this again, because it cannot be that when there are issues we cannot resolve it over dialogue, and it often gets to the detriment of the ridership or the commuters that were left stranded because of this impasse.
Lesiba, can I just interject there?
On behalf of the department, we would want to send our heartfelt apologies to the inconveniences caused.
Just want to get into the detail here around the MEC vowing to address the license and permit backlog. How does the MEC intend on doing so? Perhaps give us a sense of what has caused the delay in issuing licenses and permits.
So what has caused the delay is the range of issues. It's a basket of issues which are not limited to, but in capacity also within the department, of which the MEC has been addressing it. She has since formulated what is called the crisis committee, but also it is also technical issues. When people make applications, you find that there are applications that are not complete in terms of the supporting documents that should accompany an application. But I say that we are not absolving ourselves as a department completely. But we have resorted to actually a collective effort together with the industry, all stakeholders responsible, cutting across all public transport sectors, that we should meet on a frequent basis every second Friday in a crisis committee to address the backlog.
Yeah.
We have actually classified the backlog as a crisis because the industry rightfully is calling upon the department to speed up so that they can be compliant and be legal.
Yeah, let's put some texture to this, Lesiba. How long does it typically take for a permit application to be processed and adjudicated and issued, and versus how long it should be taking? How long does it take in reality, and how long should it actually be taking?
Look, the legislated turnaround should be within the 90 days. And what we've picked up is that the backlog has clogged up over the period of years to such an extent that you are having people who are producing OLASs or rather receipts dating as far back as 2023. So that is a situation that is unacceptable, but we cannot say that it's untenable. And hence, we are saying that as a department, we must come together with the industry to assist the process. But what is also part of the problem is a situation whereby there are applications that are not found in the system. You'd have heard that the industry would have said that the impounding of vehicles was unfair, and it was not done unfairly. Actually, we were targeting vehicles that were not compliant. We were targeting vehicles that are not roadworthy. But of course, they are raising, pertinent issues to say that part of the impounded vehicles are vehicles with the permits. Just very quickly,
Lesiba, just very quickly, how many permits are currently being processed by the department? What is the actual backlog?
According to our information this morning, we were able to be given a report, and we're still verifying that particular report because our backlog was standing at around 45,000 since the MEC would have started the crisis committee. And the thinking is that we're supposed to be pushing back the backlog, but there's information that has been brought to the MEC's attention, which the MEC is verifying. And the thinking is that since there is a situation whereby there's an amendment of the National Land Transport Act, there's also applications that have been done by e-hailing services so that they also can be able to obtain operating licenses. But in a nutshell, the operating licenses that are currently in the system that are being processed, that there is a process underway, are ranging between the 39 to 43,000.
Okay, and what is the timeline the MEC had committed to clear the backlog?
Look, the MEC, the clearing of the backlog is a process underway. It also involves the purification of information. Because part of what is the problem is the duplication of information that we have as a department and that the associations have. So there needs to be some sort of a correlation there. So and I say that as part of the situation moving forward, we are going to be going down on the ground doing a program called Ziveze so that everyone can be able to be purified, information can be consistent, and we can be able to produce credible information.
Yeah, Lesiba, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Lesiba Mpya is the spokesperson to the MEC of Transport in Gauteng.